Delighted to welcome on to the show for the very first time, making his debut here on Talking Brawls podcast on SevereMMA.com. It is former UFC lightweight champion, Mr. Anthony Showtime Pettis. Anthony, first of all, do appreciate you taking the time out to join the show today. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I'm a couple weeks away from getting back into the octagon.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, you go up against Jim Miller on July 8th at UFC 213 in Las Vegas. First of all, the time off, obviously it's been a bit of time off. What's that period been like? Has it been a bit of maybe rejuvenation time? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, I was chasing the title, cutting way too much weight, beat down 145 pounds. I let my body rest and just recuperate from what I did to it. I mean, in the last fight in December versus Max Holloway, for the worst weight cut I've ever had in my life. Now I was dying trying to make that weight, and my body needed rest.
Is it relief maybe that you're back at 155 pounds? You know, even in the fight camp, the mind probably is a little bit different because you don't have to cut all that weight. You're back at 155. Has everything maybe been a little bit easier psychologically going into this one?
It's been fun again. You know, at 145, the whole training camp was cutting weight. I wasn't getting better. I wasn't, getting stronger. I was just cutting weight. I was literally running, 5 to 10 miles a day to keep my weight down. It was miserable. It wasn't fun. But I was chasing a dream, a goal to make, win 2 belts in 2 different weight classes. Just 145 isn't for me, especially at my age.
Yeah. You mentioned your age there. You're a young guy. Maybe before that, when you had the title, did maybe everything come a little bit too fast? Was it maybe a little bit overwhelming and you hit a wall?
No, man. You know what? It was just injuries. I went from a knee surgery to an elbow surgery to a tough fight against RDA. A lot of time off. I wasn't. When I went on my run to get the title, I was in the gym every day, all day, and I had fun doing it. When I got the title, I had Ultimate Fighter show, surgeries, injuries. It was just a lot of crap that just didn't go my way.
Definitely. You've had a little bit of time to reassess things, and you've been working a lot with your brother. You took a little bit of time off. Duke was telling us on the show a few weeks ago here. Has it been good to stand back and maybe reassess things as well?
Oh, it's been amazing. I stayed in the fight game because my little brother's in there. I own gyms. I got teammates, so I wasn't far away from the sport, but I wasn't so much pressure on myself to be in shape and to perform and keep beating my body up. I gave my body some time to rest. I fought 4 times last year, and 2 of them at 145. It was a busy year, and I needed a break.
Duke mentioned to us as well on that show, the strength and conditioning was maybe something you didn't have as much time to focus on, obviously with the weight cut and everything that comes with that. Has it been a major refocus going back to the guys that you do your strength and conditioning with and getting that aspect, correct, going back to 155?
Yeah, just getting my body to be how I used to be, muscular, strong, and just athletic. At 145, I don't know, man. I wasn't even I couldn't even throw punches hard. I couldn't kick hard. It just felt different. And, I knew what I was doing. It was definitely worth the chance to try getting another belt. But, it is what it is. You live and you learn.
Definitely. I know Duke has brought in a few new guys that have been working with you. I think he mentioned to me a guy called Coach Salas, who's working with Jorge Linares. Has that been cool as well? Obviously, bringing different, coaching staff in. Maybe as we talked about a little bit earlier on, rejuvenating, changing the mindset, learning new things to do.
Dude, I was always a traveler, and I trained in a lot of different gyms. I always try to find different places to train, different sparring partners, different styles. So being with them guys down there in Vegas, their whole mindset is just different, than MMA. More head movement, more numbers and punches and numbers, and got some great athletes too. So it was really, really cool to spar with some high-level boxers like that.
Do you like that, going outside your comfort zone? Maybe, learning different things, challenging yourself?
Man, yeah, I'm always doing it. I'm always in boxing gym. I'm always traveling to different gyms. I go to Greg Jackson's. I go to Nevada and train with Kevin Lee, and I'm all over the place training.
Has there been a new perspective, Anthony? Do you feel different mentally from where you felt a few months ago?
I feel comfortable again, man. I don't feel where I'm dying for these weight cuts. I'm having fun in the gym, and I'm hungry again. I'm hungry to go out there and whoop someone's ass.
Do you think people may have written you off already?
Most definitely. You in this fight game, you lose 2 fights, you lose 1 fight. You're written off. There's so many fights, there's so many fighters. People are quick to forget, but my skill set didn't go anywhere. I just got to fine tune a couple of details. And besides Max Holloway, all my losses were decisions against some of the best in the world. So I'm right there. I just got to get my focus back and be hungry again and just go out there and do what I do best.
Where do you feel the main areas in your fighting game need to improve?
Mental. All mental.
Okay.
Physically, I had the same physical skill I always had. It's just putting it. When you do something for so long, I can go out for a weekend and go show up and spar and do fine. It's like talking to me. I know fighting's like in my blood. So now it's going out there and finishing fights, not just going out there and surviving fights and sparring matches. I got to go out there and dominate guys, and that's what I did this training camp. I made sure I stopped sparring partners. I was going a little extra hard, making sure I was tasting blood this whole training camp. So when it's time to fight, I'm in and out.
Can you pinpoint where you think mentally it might have gone a little off balance? Was it when you lost that world title?
When I won the belt.
Yeah.
When I won the world title.
Okay.
Everything went off balance. I won the belt. You're getting so much money, a lot of attention, a lot of opportunities that I didn't have before the belt. And then, like I said, the surgeries. Right after Ben Henderson, I had a knee surgery, let me out for 12 months, and I did the Ultimate Fighter show. There's 14 months, and all that time away from the octagon, these guys are in the gym training, busting their butt, and trying to take my belt. And I didn't even see it that way. I was so caught up in what I was doing, and even though I defended against Gilbert Melendez, that still wasn't my best performance. And then from there, the RDA fight, horrible fight, and then I went on this this gold chase. I was always trying to get the belt back, so I fought the next best guy. I didn't reset and do it the right way, work my way back up, and be comfortable at the top.
You mentioned, I know Jim Miller was always the name in your mind for this fight. Why Jim Miller?
Duke called it out. I'm listening to my coaches this fight. Duke's like, hey, Jim Miller's the guy we need to fight. A very respectable opponent, a gamer in this sport. He's been around for a long time. I remember watching Jim when I was in WC. I think his style, he's just a southpaw. He's a wrestler. This guy that I like to fight, guy that comes to bring it. And, he's all or nothing. He's a tough guy. He's a journeyman. He's been around for a long time. And it's one guy that I can go out there and make a statement against.
Did Jim make some comment about the guys in WEC before you guys came over? Is there a little bit of a side story there as well?
Sure. Yeah, he's the one that said that we weren't close to their level. Okay. And then he lost to Ben Henderson, and then I beat Ben Henderson.
Is that something you're going to keep in your mind come fight week?
Not at all. I don't even need no motivation. I don't even need to look at Jim Miller. I'm gonna go kill this guy. No personal, nothing at all. I think Jim's a great athlete. I've seen him at fights, but I don't even need any motivation at all from Jim Miller. I already got everything I need.
Do you look at Jim as a stepping stone, getting back to that level that you were at a couple of years ago?
All these guys are stepping stones. I'm about to shock the world right now. I'm about to go back and do what I used to do. I think, like you said, if people written me off, they forgot how good I really am. And I'm going to go out there and remind them, Jim's the first guy, and I'm going to stay busy, stay in the gym, and just be hungry.
Is it almost then for you, what you're saying there, to make a real statement and making a really impressive performance and victory, on International Fight Week?
I got to finish this guy. There's no decisions. I got to finish this guy. I got to look dominant, and I got to show everybody how good I really am. I finish in a spectacular fashion.
We know that. You certainly do, my friend. A couple more questions. I do appreciate the time. I know you're just finished training there in Rufus Sport. What's your perception on the lightweight division now? Obviously, being a former champion, things are on hold. Obviously, with Conor taking that Floyd Mayweather fight, we've Tony Ferguson not happy about it. Nate Diaz not happy about it. How do you feel about the whole division looking on at the moment?
Man, honestly, I'm not even right there for a title shot. So Conor is getting his money, man. I mean, a guy that can go fight the best boxer in the world with no boxing fights, you gotta respect that.
Yeah.
And he's gonna come back to the UFC with way more fans. I mean, these guys are gonna get bigger paydays. Hopefully, they're gonna get bigger paydays. But for me, the sport's all about popularity and who the fans want to watch. I mean, if Tony Ferguson had the following that Conor McGregor had, then he'd be fighting Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Do you have your eyes on these guys?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, Tony Ferguson called me out when I was the champion, but he wasn't there yet. And he's had some great go tough dude. He's been around for a while in the UFC now. But right now, I got Jim Miller in front of me, and once I break this guy down and go walk through him, I'll see what's next.
Do you think it's a good thing for the sport that Conor and Floyd are trying to? Obviously, the eyes are going to be on, the fight come August 26th. But if it does end in impressive fashion and Floyd becomes out victorious, in the first couple of rounds, Conor doesn't hang in there. Do you think that will have a negative effect on the sport of mixed martial arts?
Not No, not at all, man. This guy's the best boxer in the world. I mean, Canelo Alvarez couldn't beat this guy, and Canelo's fighting Gennady Golovkin, coming up in September. Connor's showing what's possible in this fight game. He's showing he went from the UFC featherweight champion to the lightweight championship to fighting the best boxer in the planet right now, the best boxer that we have alive. It's crazy. It's crazy to see. So I think it's good for us. I mean, Connor comes back with that, and even if he does okay in this fight, now there's a possibility for us to cross promote. Maybe it's not boxing next time. Maybe it's kickboxing. Maybe it's something else. But it shows that anything's possible when the dollars are right.
Do you think the UFC have handled the lightweight division correctly since this fight announcement? It's been sort of put on hold again.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they can't stop Conor McGregor from making history. I mean, he beats Mayweather, even goes 12 rounds for Mayweather. That's history right there. What's up, bro?
Is that something you envision? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and for me, I'm excited to watch it. I mean, you see a guy like that, Conor McGregor. In boxing, anybody has a chance. Obviously Floyd Mayweather has a lot more experience, but he catches him and looks good. That changes for all of us. I mean, everybody on the UFC roster now has a chance to go make bigger fights and different things. Is
this the start of a second coming, and maybe do you envisage that Conor McGregor fight down the line for Anthony Showtime Pettis?
You know what, man? Conor McGregor, I think once he makes his $75 million, whatever he's going to make, he's not going to make that in the UFC again. I mean, there's no fight in the UFC that's going to pay him half of that. Yeah. So, we'll see what his plans are.
Tell me the outcome against Jim Miller. Impressive performance, impressive victory. How are you going to end this fight?
Knockout. Nothing less than a knockout. I've been training to knock this guy out. Like I said, I've been tasting blood every sparring match, and I'm right there. I'm right. My skill set is right where it was at before. Me and Duke are just on a different level when it comes to pad work and recognizing who's in my corner. I'm ready to go, man. I'm 2 weeks away. My weight's amazing for 155. Energy's up, and I'm just happy to get back in there.
Yeah, how much have you got to cut? Going into fight week, how much do you expect you're going to have to cut to get down? No bothers.
I'll show up at 162, 163, 5, 6, 7 pounds at the most.
Brilliant stuff. Listen, Mr. Pettis, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Do appreciate the time. I know you're just finished training, so I appreciate you stopping by this week on the show, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.